So I've recently hit GM with the controller on PC, primarily solo queue, but a little bit of duo queue. And I'm going to give you my settings and tips that you guys could use to help rank up. Tip number 1 is you gotta have fun. Like, you're not ranking up if you don't have fun with the game. I'm the Spider-Man main, but I also played Psylocke and Mantis because I had fun with those 3. Have fun with the characters you play or you're never ranking up. Tip number 2, don't switch your characters a lot in games. Like, there might be games where you do horrible, but don't swap. Because let's say you want to be the best Mantis player, you want to be the best Winter Soldier or Punisher. You're never going to be the best if you don't stay on that character the entire game. So, like, refrain from swapping and also swapping roles. Like, swapping heroes, I guess that's fine in your respected role, but don't swap roles mid-match because some dude who is your teammate is telling you, hey, we need another tank. How would he know what you need if you guys are the same rank? You're listening to someone who's the same rank as you. They're not better than you. Stay on your role, and you might lose, you might be the reason you lose, but that's okay because losing is a part of learning. So stay on the role that you guys chose at the beginning of your guys' games and you'll start to see some improvement. Tip number 3, get yourself a duo. I solo queued pretty much all the way up to Diamond by myself, and once I got one of my buddies, one of my closest friends, we started playing, and he was like top 500 in Overwatch. We started playing together and we just started going through the ranks. Like, we're going through GM, nothing, but find yourself someone to queue up with, and that will help you get through the higher ranks, because higher ranks are harder, and especially like with bans. I like playing Dive because Spider-Man's my favorite hero. So me and my friend, we ban Namor, so we don't have to deal with that. Get yourself a duo. And for the final tip, tip number 4, start watching people who are better than you. That either being their streams or even with Marvel Rivals replay system, watch their VODs. I've been watching Necros because he's a really good Spider-Man, and then I was watching the rank 1 player at one point because he plays Psylocke a lot too. I was watching his VODs, the Psylocke player's VODs, and I was watching Necros live streams to get better. And I was also watching YouTube videos from a guy named Awkward. He helped me get better at Overwatch just from his videos alone. Like, I was able to get masters in Overwatch, and his videos that he's making for Marvel Rivals is definitely helping me get better at this game as well. Just watch people who are already good at hero shooters, or good at the game, or good at your specific hero that you want to get good with. That's all the tips I got. Now for my settings. Alright, so I turned off my face cam so you guys can see my settings. Display mode full screen, aspect ratio 16:9, resolution 1920 by 1080. I use NVIDIA DLSS. Super resolution is unbalanced, and then the super resolution sharpening, I literally couldn't tell the difference from max to 0, so I just turned it to 0. Low latency mode is on, frame generation off. Make sure to keep this off because it messes with latency. Then I turned off VSync as well, make sure that's off. Then for my graphic settings, everything's pretty much at low or off. Now, audio settings, I didn't really mess with them too much, mainly the music. I'm probably going to turn music off. It's pretty much default. Combat mix, I messed with this one a bit. Make sure this is on immersion. I think regular is default, but immersion is so good. And then also make it to where you get a sound cue when the enemy's KO'd. The teammate KOs might be helpful, but I don't really like it. Overwatch is pretty good. But yeah. Here are my keyboard settings for whenever I occasionally play keyboard. If you guys want that, I play in 1600 DPI, so all of that, pretty much default. Then here's my controller settings, the juicy part. So 220 horizontal, 124 vertical, linear curve, minimum input dead zone at 3, max input dead zone 0, 0 for boost also, horizontal max dead zone response time on 30, and then aim assist window size at 15%, aim assist strength 100, 55, 55, 0, And then disable aim assist at max dead zone, I turn that off. And I use a linear curve too. But I'm still like messing around with my settings, but right now this is just what I've been liking. I've had this for like a week and a half now. And then my reticles, I have different reticles for each hero. I'm gonna leave the reticles in the description below so you guys can just copy them if you need them. And then I mean, I'm sorry for the console players who can't copy them, but yeah. But that's pretty much all my settings. Everything's pretty much just default or slightly changed. Oh, also one thing I will add, for the HUD size, the regular one's default, make it small scale. It makes it so much easier, even though like the HUD doesn't cover that much. Making it small allows you to see just a tad bit more, like so. It's pretty good. But yeah, that's my settings. I hope these tips helped you guys out, and if you guys decide to use my settings, I hope those help you out as well. Rank up. Good luck on your rank climbs.